Hey, what's up guys, it's me David, back with another video from Sol Tech Reviews, and today we are doing the official Galaxy S8 review. Um, so my initial thoughts was that this guy is not a very good smartphone, but the more I used it, the more I began to like it, which is pretty cool, because Samsung put some neat features here and there. I think the reason why I didn't like it at first was mainly because of software. After using my Nexus 5X, which has stock Android, I could not get used to Samsung's own version of the UI in every single way, which is pretty annoying at first. Um, so there's going to be 5 pillars that MKBHD already set up nicely for me. So we're going to just follow those 5 pillars. First of all, the display. Display-wise, it's pretty nice. I'll have to unlock my phone first. As you can see, that was my iris scanner in work. It didn't work this time, but most of the time it worked. And I think Samsung has done a really good job in biometrics, except for this guy here. I'll talk about that in a little while. But let's first of all get to a video. And I will just conveniently go to one of my videos. And for relevance, I'll just open up this. The red tint.
To turn it off before repackaging it and sending it off to me to open it. So
I will
yeah,
probably put a link or a tag for that video, which is the Galaxy S8, this phone right here, unboxing. And so yeah, one main kind of disappointment I had with the LG G6 was that because of its curved screen, I couldn't make full use of it in media like YouTube, but Samsung has done nicely by adding a feature where it can crop to fit. However, that feature's major disadvantage is I can't see parts of the bottom of the screen, which I don't think should be happening as a viable solution. So I think Samsung and YouTube, you guys should collaborate a little bit more and see how you guys can fix that part out. But mainly, I think adding a solution, first of all, is a big step. Yeah. And the second thing is CPU and GPU, which means Central Processing Unit and Graphics Processing Unit, for all of you guys who don't know that. So what they do is basically a Central Processing Unit does all the calculations. So it's that calculator you have in your backpack. In this case, it's a Snapdragon 835, which is a very, very fast smartphone chipset. However, there is occasional lag on this, and I will tell you in a little later in the software section of this review. The GPU, the Adreno 540, is used in also by the G6, and it's an absolutely fantastic smartphone GPU. It's one of the best out there for smartphones, and I would consider it to be the GTX 1080 smartphone equivalent. So it's a really nice graphics card. That's all you need to know. And another thing, camera. Now we're moving on to camera, and I'm gonna have PIPs over here, so you're not gonna see my face, but you're gonna see pictures due to editing. So I'm gonna just have a couple pictures rolling, and then I'll have a video of me doing the AKG headphones that come in the stock Samsung box, and the Beats Solo HD comparison video, which I will probably put a tag up in the description up over here. So I'll just let that roll through right now. Now the next section I want to talk about right now is the build quality. This is made of all glass and metal, but one main disadvantage of the glass and metal thing, first of all, it cracks easily, but it's so beautiful I don't really care. And I would probably never put a skin on it if this was mine. And secondly, this is metal alright on the sides, but it doesn't feel like metal. That was one of the problems with the LG G5. If you're gonna put metal on it, it should feel like metal. I want to feel that cold metal in the mornings. And so that's one kind of disappointment for me, but it still looks really nice, and it's Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so it should be more shatter resistant than Corning Gorilla Glass 4 or any other Gorilla Glass for that matter. And so the build quality wise, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10, only because I can't really look at it and see that it's really tough looking, but it looks really beautiful. So when comparing to the LG G6, if I was taking one of them for a rugged hiking kind of place, I would definitely take the LG G6, because the LG G6 just feels like a solid beast in my hands, while the S8 looks beautiful, but it looks fragile and it feels fragile, which leads to one of my subsections, ergonomics. This guy has awesome ergonomics except for that fingerprint sensor. Again, I'll go to that in a little while. So ergonomics wise, it really fits in my hand well, and that was something I didn't expect from something glass. And now that we're on to glass, you're gonna have to carry one of these around, you know. These, you wanna clean it up once in a while because, first of all, the camera gets dirty really easily. Second of all, you don't want to see your beautiful new phone get dirtied up by fingerprints. And so, I got this one from Slick Wraps, from one of my skins that I bought from them. But you can get it from like anywhere from glass cleaners to anything you want that's made of microfiber. Should work, technically, without scratching your phone. So, I think build quality wise, this has a really nice build quality. But if you want that more strength, like brute, awesome looking strength, I would say the LG G6 is a little better option in that area. But this guy looks beautiful, and if that's what you care about, then this guy's the way you want to go. Now Samsung has renamed their UI again. Yeah, it was TouchWiz last year. This year, it's Samsung Experience 8.0. I thought this was the first gen, but yeah, so I'll just snap into it. Samsung, when they open it, it looks like this. It's really beautiful, the UI, but beautiful doesn't mean heavy, okay? Beautiful doesn't have to mean really heavy software. And with really high quality hardware, like the 835, this guy shouldn't be lagging at all. No questions asked. Think about it. You're buying this phone now, out of the box it's lagging a little bit. Not too much, okay? But 2 years, 3 years from now, what do you think is gonna happen? If the software keeps on being really heavy like this, like Samsung always has been, I'm not sure if that's the best way to go, especially for the price. So that was kind of a disappointment, and Samsung's never really good at updating software really quickly. No offense to anyone working at Samsung or anything, but you guys need to amp that up a notch. But basically, most of the problems associated with the S8 that I have are software related, so anything could be fixed. But I want that fixed out of the box, just like that, so yeah. Now we are wandering off from the fields that Marcus has already set out for us, the 5 pillars. We're going on to my specialty one, so the 6th pillar. Any other complaints or any other compliments that I have towards the product is going in this 6th part. First of all, fingerprint sensor here? I don't think so. Fingerprint sensors should be ergonomically comfortable. And if you're putting it on the back, put it right here. If you're putting it on the front, put it right here. But unfortunately, we don't have any space for a fingerprint sensor on the front. You should have put it right here, Samsung. I know it would have disrupted the design language, but good looks should not, have to be the main point. I won't, my Nexus 5X isn't beauty, but it works. The fingerprint sensor's there, and it works. And I like that. I actually wish that people put fingerprint sensors on the front and on the back, so we can opt for most scenarios, but that's a talk for another day. Another thing is Bixby. And that word sounds really cool, I have to admit. This is Bixby, okay? It has a bunch of news on it, but I don't really care about the news parts and stuff. I think that's a really cool thing. Samsung is pushing on the AI industry. I get that. You're gonna compete with Google and Apple. That's what you always do. I'll leave it up to you. My problem with Bixby is the Bixby button right here, okay? And the big thing is, when I'm watching YouTube videos, I keep on clicking the Bixby button instead of audio up and audio down, and that's super annoying for me. And I keep on randomly pressing the Bixby button, and that confuses me. It's like, I'm on YouTube, I'm on YouTube Creator Studio, and I randomly click Bixby. You know, it's in my pocket. I bump into someone, it clicks on Bixby. That's very annoying, okay? So, Samsung, could you please let us remap the Bixby button at least? Because, you know, we can't just take the button out, all right? But could you guys please let us remap the Bixby button? I know you can do that with rooting already, but average customers don't want to root their phones. Even I don't want to root my phone. So Bixby button placement, I wish it was more up, but that's not what we can do right now. But what I want is remapping this button. I don't really want Bixby right now. When it becomes good AI, then I'll use it. But until then, I want to do something like camera shortcut. You know, something that I actually use. Now that leads me to something that's been really viral on the internet. The red tint screen. And this really only shows on white things. So, yeah, and the red tint isn't a big thing, but it's kind of annoying from time to time when I'm displaying something. And AMOLED should be pure whites and deep blacks. That's the point of AMOLED, but when I have white stuff out, when it's tinted red, that kind of annoys me. For the price, that should not be happening. But again, that's a software issue. And lastly, I want to talk about, when I said Snapdragon 835 and it was still lagging, and I told you about how the software, the UI was really heavy, I think beautiful software is really awesome, but beautiful software should not come at the cost of performance. Samsung, if you could soften things up, you know, just make things a little less, you know, overtouched, like the settings menu, for example. I get, you know, you want to change things, but settings menu, it's already there. You know, you don't need to change it all up. I like the beauty aspect of it. Like, just look at this. This looks really nice, the theme. But things from settings shouldn't need to be changed. So Samsung, if you could just lessen the load on the CPU for the UI and stuff, that would greatly improve performance. And I would be able to call your software beautiful and light, which means fast and beautiful. So that would be the ultimate combination. So Samsung, if you could work on that, that would be awesome. In conclusion, do I think that you should buy the S8? Well, if you're buying the S8, you're gonna have to carry one of these around, okay? And I don't think it's a matter of choosing between major competitors like the G6, S8, and the iPhone 7. I don't think it's like choosing. You're gonna get one of them. It's just you want to get the thing that fits you. iPhone 7. If you're an Apple fanboy, if you're accustomed to iOS, go get the iPhone 7. If you're a Android person, then you have to pick between LG and Samsung. Well, Samsung Note 7 exploded. I don't think the S8 is gonna explode, but there's just that thought in there. S8 has a faster processor, which might make a big difference in the long run in 2-3 years when it's gonna start showing its age. But if you want something that looks really beautiful, I would say go with the S8. You know, it's super nice looking. There's nothing to complain about the beauty. The edge really just is a killer thing. And although the Edge doesn't offer much functionality for that matter, but the G6 just is very tough. It's super strong looking. You could take it anywhere. It's rugged. That's what appealed me about my G-Watch R, and that's what appeals to me about the LG G6. But if you want something beautiful, this is the phone. You know, this is just the phone. I don't know when the iPhone 8's gonna come out exactly. I don't know what it's gonna look like. But for now, if you need a phone right now and you want something beautiful, it's not a matter of picking. It's a matter of when you buy the S8, not why or where you'll buy it. It's when. Because you will buy it if you want a beautiful Android phone. There's no doubt about that. So, guys, thank you for watching this video. This was my Samsung Galaxy S8 review. If you want to watch more cool content like this, please click the big red subscribe button below and click the like button if you liked it. If you had anything to ask, then please comment down below. Thank you guys for watching and see ya.